Well, they can't all be winners, can they? What is going on, gear lovers the world over? Welcome back to another Blade review here at the channel. If you're new, I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical, and always shooting you straight. And in today's video, I have two blades from Kershaw for their 2026 drop, neither which, for different reasons, connect with me. And yeah, I gotta unpack it with you. Showing you when Kershaw really hits the nail on the head and when they miss. And I think these are missed for different reasons. So what we're looking at here today is on the lower half, Airspace. I guess from F1 Racing is what they took some inspiration from right there. And then the Proximal, that's what I think of, Gladiator. Proximal, right here. Okay, very different styles. Very different reasons why I'm not connecting with them. So we'll start with the Airspace first. Now, what they are doing, both these are overseas made. This one is Sandvik 14C28N. Excellent. Love that steel. Zero complaints with that steel. Good to see it on some more of their kind of more budget blades. This one coming in around 60 bones. Last I checked. I'll have links to not only these, but some competitive options throughout the video popping up and in the description box below over to the affiliates that I partner with. Always helps me continue to do what I do here. It's free for you. And so, with that said, what we're looking at is a Duralock on KVT ball bearings. We have the blade is great. I have zero complaints with the blade. Last I checked, let's run in the ruler here, 3 inches, like 3 inches even, maybe 2.9. Okay, cool, no problem. Compact blades have their place, absolutely, especially if you need it for legal reasons. Going to come in under 2 ounces, so ultra lightweight. Here's the thing. The other good positive thing outside of just general performance, and they've now opted for all their pocket clips. I don't think Kershaw, outside of maybe 1 or 2 models, has a bad pocket clip anymore. So this one is recessed screws, loop over, deep ride, ambi. You can see the housing in there when you swap it. And then I believe this is a glass. I'll annotate if it's G10. I don't think it is. This is a glass reinforced polymer with some ribbing on there. Here's the deal. The styling does not connect with me. I don't think this is going to be like a staple 5 years from now that Kershaw's still making. I think this is going to be on the clearance shelf. I'm just being real. Because it's just weird, dude. It's just freaking weird with the flow through kind of like bar right here. That alone, it totally supports the hand. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just goofy. The full blade is exposed there so you can see it. And it's an expression, or it's a practice in interesting design, functionality, staying power in the marketplace. I don't think so. Just being real. So, that's fine if Kershaw wants to make designs every once in a while. They're just like totally off the wall weird and just like, hey, check this interesting kind of oddity out. Look at what we can do with like materials. Okay, cool, I guess. But yeah, I don't see this being like sold by the thousands, at your local, Walmart and being like a staple, cryo back in the day, shout out. And then, like the Duralocks, some of the other Duralocks that they're, rocking now. So that's part of it. The other part is just the handle design. I would have probably gravitated a little bit more to it if they didn't have this bird beak portion, because with my large size hands, guard is fine, everything's fine until right here, and then my pinky is just like barely resting on this bird beak. Barely able to get on there. Either if the bird beak was longer and I could get most of my hand in there, or if they just transitioned that maybe more gradually, I don't know. So it doesn't fit in the hand right. It doesn't feel good for my 3 1/4 knuckle span, large size hands. Yeah, so it's just weird. I don't get it. $60. Maybe you guys love it. Maybe you like the mini stuff. It's cool and very lightweight, and you get Sandvik versus D2, changing it up. But I don't know. To me, I think it's going to be gone before we know it. In the annals of designs that just were kind of like, cool, whatever. That's me and my mileage, keeping it realies as always. So, okay, the Proximal. Now, at face value, I was super stoked because I'm like OD green. I love the kind of like copper gold collars right there, and offset. I believe that's aluminum. aluminum for all those of you across the pond. I like the broader blade shape. We got some angles. I mean, I've rarely seen a Kershaw blade that I did not like the design of the blade. The blade is great. High grind, D2 steel, nice and thin. So it's slicey, but it got broadness to it. Great kind of leaf shape straight down the center axis of the blade. And then you got the Duralock, KVT ball bearings. Again, zero complaints, but great just general performing tool in its grind, in its size, 3.12 inches. So pretty compact, just over 3 inches. And even with the grip gives me just enough real estate. Would have liked even a little bit more, maybe another eighth, but I can get full real estate. It's because of the broader blade, it fills out the hand more, and I can really lock myself in. And then the accents, are absolutely there. Tip is totally buried in. They're doing a cool, different pocket clip. Unscrew that, you swap it right or left. Good offset right there for that. And even though this is kind of thinner right there, it's not the end of the world. That's right in the meat of my hand. I mean, it's a styling thing. Does it hinder functionality? Yeah, maybe by a point. We'll deduct a point off the scoreboard, for ergonomics back there. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world by any means. Light little jimp hit right there. And then that contoured rounded G10, it's not just like a flat slab. They've rounded it. The weird thing for me, and then they do have skeletonized liners in there. So you got some ridgeosity to it. So, I mean, really, there's not a whole lot to complain about. The only hot spot issue I have is that the whole bottom lip is, at least on my model, is pretty abrupt. It wasn't milled quite as nicely. Like the shoulder out here is, you can see. But then it's got a pretty noticeable little 90 right in there when it transitions down into the center, where your blade goes. So I don't know, it right there, when I go across, when you drag across, it feels like almost unfinished sharp. So, and I feel that kind of on the top too. I don't know, I would have liked to have that just rounded off a little bit more. It doesn't feel the same like here. Like that feels slightly more rounded, like they just hit it ever so slightly more. I'm not quite sure exactly what the dealio is. So what could be the problem, Aaron? What's the problem? It's a compact, kind of big, for its size, big blade. It's the price. I don't know what the heck is going on with the price on this model. $95 to almost $100, like $98. I was like, what? When I saw that for D2 China steel, I'm like, what is happening? Well, I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is all about. So, and I was trying to rack my brain. I'm like digging into specs. I watched one of the designers talking about the blade, and I'm like trying to see is there some hidden titanium everywhere that I'm not aware of or something? I don't get why that's almost, it's $100. Let's just say it's $100. With tax, it's going to cost you $100 for that knife in D2 steel, G10 handles with little color accents and aluminum, like backspacer. Okay. That makes no sense to me. I'm not paying $100 for a D2 blade unless that's what's going to start happening. I don't know if it's tariffs. I don't know if it was just something. I've been racking my brain to figure it out. For example, here is a D2 BOKER, Chinese made Burnley. This is a KIHON 2.0 DC. This thing, cool colors. It's a polymer handle. But we got cool offsets on a couple spots there. We got a nice loop over ambi. We got a crossbar lock. I mean, I don't know what you're getting different here. $63, $65, something like that. I mean, that sounds right to me. Yeah, around 65, maybe 70. It's kind of going. If this was 70, $75, I'd be like, yep, okay, that's kind of going right these days. All right, that's fine. $100. I do not know where that's coming from. I don't get it. I don't see it. Here's a VOSTEED Sandvik 14C28N, titanium housing, push button pass through, checkered micarta, plates for the lanyard, for the pocket clip, the CORGI, 3 different, hit points for the action, $60 all day, $60 all day long. Yeah. And then we're looking here at a Nitro V Tarsk. Same blade length, slightly smaller. This is better handle ergonomics. Push button lock, titanium pocket clip with Nitro V and little machining holes. I mean, there's a lot of detail is the kind of the point that I'm getting at. Under $70 for this model right here for about the same blade length, just a hair smaller. I don't get it. I don't get where that price point came from, and I hope that is not speaking of things to come from Kershaw in the D2 like world. If it is, that is not awesome, and they're gonna have a really hard time competing unless all of the other China-based tools start being around that price. I don't know, like if they know something is coming and they're just like pricing for it that we don't and that we're not seeing the market or what. So that's me and my mileage, guys, on this particular setup. Neither one connects with me for different reasons. Maybe if that price drops to, you know, $75, make a lot more sense on the Proximal. But as it stands, neither of these make sense for different reasons. Leave a comment below. If you own one of them, how have they been performing for you? Why do you not or do like them? Till next time, stay equipped, stay prepared. See you guys out there.